What's good, WPF fans? It's your boy Soulblaze back at it again. Thank you guys so much for the support on the Lapras game and the WPF entrance. I really appreciate everyone coming to the channel, hyping me on, cheering on the Oslo City Dragon Dancers. Please excuse me for this recording. It is currently 2:40 a.m. I am recording this on uploading day. I know, I've been busy. I've been doing stuff. You know, life is hectic sometimes. It gets us all. So today, we are going to be going over the Week 6 battle. No changes to the team yet. Still the Lapras, but we're going to be playing Spider, a really good player who's dominating the league so far at the top of one of like high up in the standings. Really good player, really solid team, really hard matchup. You know the vibes. So if you're down for any of that, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Unfortunately, the game did not go through. I was traveling when we had this game, but I brought all the equipment to record. I brought everything. I had everything set up. Come the battle, when I register the battle team, go into the game, I notice everything is just messed up. My Lapras has Splash Water Gun. My Hippowdon has Tackle Sand Attack. Something went wrong in the system. Don't know what it was. Don't know what it is. Nothing we can do about that now. So we are here. Unfortunately, not a live game, not a Wi-Fi game. I know it's a Wi-Fi league, but hopefully we can be excused for this instance right here. It is how it goes sometimes. But as Zombie, coach of the leader of the league, said, a battle is better than no battle at all. So we will be getting straight into the thing, okay? So what I have here is the following replay between me and Spider. Nothing too fancy like Sing Blunder Policy was brought this time. Kind of brought it a little bit down to earth this time. We have some Scarf Latios. We have some Sand Sweeping, Houndstone, and Excadrill to be faster than the Spectre. Hopefully after +2, if we chip the Tinglu down to range, we can kind of +2 EQ it, get it out the way. Stuff like that. That's the game plan. So, as you can see, we open up. We tried to play the Wi-Fi and we played a couple of turns. Obviously, then I realized everything was wrong, so we had to do it. We had to do it in Showdown, but we decided to go for the same leads. Now, turn 1 is very crucial. There's a lot I can do. I can set up rocks. I can, the most important thing is that I get the sand going. That is the most important thing. It's fresh, smooth rock, 8 turns of sand for the sand sweepers. In the back, I got 2 of them, which can, depending on how you look at it, go chip the team pretty hard on top of doing sand damage itself and getting the speed and being faster and causing havoc. Turn 1 goes like this. I try to go for damage because I know Spectre's probable only recovery in this game is Wish from Wigglytuff and Draining Kiss. Draining Kiss can either be Specs or it can be boosted by Grimmsnigh. One of the two. Outside of that, that doesn't get much recovery. I figured going for an EQ was okay. Plus the sand damage. Even though I am burnt, I'm not doing that much damage. It's still worth to chip it out. And there's not really a lot of switches on my team that are pretty for Spectre. As you can see, it's pretty much like Mandibuzz. It is specially defensive for this thing, but then again, it can do all sorts of things. It can nasty plot. It can get out of hand pretty fast. So I was thinking, in case he wants to preserve it, figuring that I can get a Sand Sweeper in. Maybe wants to switch Spectre. I get damage either way, or if he goes Thunderous, we take it from there. That was the thought process anyway. So we get a clean 65% from getting our Hippowdon's physical damage output kind of neutered, which is fine. Goes Tinglu the EQ the Tinglu, and I yawn. And that's kind of the purpose here. So yawning the Spectre, make sure that if it does set up Nasty Plot, it doesn't go too crazy. Kind of trying to neutralize it. My purpose has already kind of dwindled a little bit. Here I go for a risky play. It's a good double. I don't even know if it's a double. Let me check. Switch to Tinglu on the yawn. Yeah. So they want to swap out because they don't want to fall asleep. So it makes sense. Going Thunderous probably figuring that I'm burnt, can't really hit him with much. This is a good play by them. And also covers the switch in for what I want to switch into Tinglu. So overall, just a solid play by them going Thunderous here. Honestly, can't really fault that at all. This is a horrible position for me. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. I figured T-Wave, it like it is what it is. I'm pretty slow as it is. I do have Dragon Dance on this and was kind of hoping for something there. The full para goes off, but as this is also a huge threat to my team, so kind of getting this out of the way would also be really beneficial. The only reason I terrored was because I figured Thunderbolt was coming and I didn't want to make the 50-50 with like Hippowdon and Excadrill, figuring it can hit both with like coverage moves. Like Hippowdon drops the Grass Knot and then you have like the Excadrill can drop the Focus Blast and all that's yada yada. And I'm trying to win the late game with my Sand Sweeper, so I'm not want to do anything too risky. And I figured Lapras like is not going to get that much Dragon Dance pressure off anyway because there's a fat Wigglytuff right here. As you can see, I'm low to die. Icicle Spear. Just go for damage, which is, you know, it's pretty solid damage. Unfortunately, I do get the 4 times hit and not the 5 times hit, which, you know, it would have been a 2-hit KO at this point. But then again, I think Wigglytuff is faster, so I'm just figuring I'm just setting up on this thing. I just want to try and get the 5 hits. If it wants to stay in and wish, I can kind of do my thingy. If it swaps out, I get another Dragon Dance, maybe get back to neutral speed. Maybe I just attack after this, just go for some solid damage across the team while I'm letting Sand run out and I'm taking damage from it, and I'm paralyzed as well, which might also give my opponent some free turns. So just trying to make the best of a bad position here. This is a cool one. This is a really cool turn. I figure I showed Icicle Spear. Where does he go? Of course, he goes Quaquaval, and my coverage move for Quaquaval is Zen Headbutt. Little do I know, it is the Payapa Berry. So either it's for Latios, which is the most likely scenario. It's probably for Latios, let's be honest. But that also unlikely covers this switch pretty well for him. But I am Fire-type Water Absorb here, so I'm not really too threatened. I'm not weak to fighting and stuff like that. But it has to be like pretty offensive to kill me from this range, I think. But it does get the wish, but now I have burnt the Payapa Berry. The Sword Stance, however, now that is going to be a different problem. Now it's going to start to break through my team, and it also can get out of hand pretty quickly. But look at a Zen Headbutt damage, bro. I was really hoping this would kill. The fact that I have no priority on this team and Sand runs out in 1 turn is just horrible, because that means I can't really go Hippowdon on this thing. So this is just a horrible sequence of events for me. I let this drop. Of course, I have no switches to +2. And it gets the Moxie, and I don't want to go Excadrill because I think like +3 Aqua Jet does like 70% or whatever. It's also like it's just, yeah, +3 is just crazy. So I don't want to do too much. So I go my Scarf. I show it Scarf here. I don't mind, like it's one of my only plays. I think I just go Grass Knot, expecting the Tinglu switch here. Goes Tinglu, goes Grass Knot, does clean 46. Pretty good damage. Shows the Rocky Helmet. Gives me some info for the damage. But the Wish Wigglytuff is going to be a problem. As you can see, like, we did chip it, but we're going to have a little bit of a problem. I Toxic this because in order for Regigigas to kind of just, like, demolish me, it has to get past Slow Start, and that's a good time for Toxic to rack up. Like, if it is Rest, it is Rest. Not really that much I can do about that at this current moment in time. I'll admit that I didn't really prepare that well for a Rest variant. But Toxic was like I figured that was my answer to this. Knocks off my boots, don't really care about that. No rocks up now anyway. I knock off its item, want to get the item out of the way. If it's Rocky Helmet, it's Rocky Helmet. If it's Lefties, it's Lefties. Like, I want to get the item. It covers the switch as well, pretty good on like Wigglytuff, gets rid of the Lefties there. Pretty good for me. Starts the Body Slam spam, does not get the para. Go Houndstone, because I figure Body Slam. Get the prediction right, get another turn Toxic. Slow Start is soon starting to go off here, but it's going for a knockoff on me, on my lefty, so I don't get recovery. Slow Start has ended, but I am still faster. So, I don't know, maybe it wasn't max speed. Not really sure why I was faster there. Body press, knockoff. Oh, maybe. Yeah, no, it should be faster than me here, but I don't know. It wasn't faster. It died. Here I do a completely weird move. I poltergeist. Oh, yeah. You're asking me questions. I'm asking you questions back. Not being on Wi-Fi is a debuff for sure. I don't think I click poltergeist on Wi-Fi. I can't really explain that. You ask me, I ask myself, I ask you. He gets a free wish off of that. That's a horrible play by me. There's no way around that. And I Will-O-Wisp here instead of... Like, this is where poltergeist would have been a decent predict move. But I Will-O-Wisp instead, so he gets the HP back. And Quaquaval is once again a problem, despite being burned, because it has Swords Dance. Perfect! Completely throwing this game away as of the current moment. And I go for Poltergeist again. I hate Poltergeist so much. Oh my god. Spider's playing well in this matchup. I'm just out of the mojo. I don't know. My mental is kind of shattered from bringing all my equipment all the way for traveling, setting everything up, and then not having it work, kind of. I feel like that had some effect on my mental. That's my John. Take it or leave it. That's my John. Take it or leave it. That's my John. It is burnt. It is Swords Dance, so it's taking some damage. But I'm kind of letting this be a problem. Why I click Poltergeist when I know that this item is gone and it can easily, again, go Wigglytuff? I don't know. I guess I was kind of afraid of Spectre switching hard end because I feel like that was a play too. That's like the only thing I can see. Thunderous or Spectre coming hard end and just covering those. But I actually think in this situation I forgot that it used Pyapa Berry and that Poltergeist does no damage because of that. I'm gonna be 100% real with you. I think not the last turn because of Wigglytuff is normal type. I didn't forget that. That was just a misplay, a misread. Probably thinking something else was gonna happen there. Can't really tell you what, but something else was going on in my head there. But here I actually thought Poltergeist was going to do damage to Quaquaval, just forgetting that Pyapa Bear was gone. So we're going to click Poltergeist 3 times in a row here. I was just kidding. No, we're delusional. We're not that delusional. Aqua Step is starting to become a huge problem. Like, look at these stat buffs. We're just getting off some last effort damage, getting some sneak off. Doesn't kill, obviously. +2 speed now, but it is burnt. It is like +1. So I go Latias. It is going to be faster than me. Luckily, it misses a triple axle and gets me back in the game. Like, it's faster than everything I have. It one-shots everything I have. Triple axle or Aqua Step. Triple axle, fighting move. Like, the game should be pretty much over, barring you can live burn stuff. So, like, I can't even go Hippowdon set up Sand for Excadrill to be 2 times faster in Sand because by that time he gets another Aqua Step. So, got out. It didn't become a 5-0. It is what it is. Not still in it. Knows I'm Scarf. And it's obviously Scarf Shadow Ball for the Spectre. I think it is in range as of right now. But obviously I'm locked in a Shadow Ball. This is a free wish. Like, do I even need to show you that turn? I set up Sand again because this isn't really threatening me with damage. So I can kind of at least get some chip damage and activate my Excadrill. And yada, yada, yada. Little do I know, I don't really have a pretty switch to Excadrill. Like, I don't feel like that can switch in Will-O-Wisp. I don't feel like that can switch in EQ. I don't feel like that can switch in potential Focus Blast or whatever you have it. Prankster shenanigans. So I don't feel like Excadrill can switch in. So it's kind of out of the question for me to dominate this game. Using, like, I can't really utilize my Sand turns how I want to in this position, which is pretty unfortunate. So I'm kind of stuck yawning and waiting for him to kill me or waiting for him to give me an opportunity to go in. This can also have Flamethrower for Excadrill, by the way, so it's not like the cleanest switching in the world. I think I don't know if I go... I don't feel like comfortable with going for the play. So this is kind of like my backup option. I am stalling Sand turns here, probably thinking I can get Hippowdon in later, and I'm just going for Yawn Rocks right now. That is the strategy. Just Yawn Rocks for the moment. Just yawn them on the rocks. Spectre comes in. And here we go, Excadrill. It gets the wish back. I'm afraid of the Will-O-Wisp. So I go Mandibuzz. Goes Ting Lu. I have Roost on this, I believe, so it should be fine. I have Toxic. I can kind of do what I want to, but little did I know I Toxic the Thundurus. Maybe I should have made a predict here. Centers are going low. It is what it is. I'm especially defensive. I go Latios, fearing, knowing I can resist Grass Knot and Thunderbolt. Grass Knot gets a crit, a little bit of damage. Toxic is racking up. Misses the T-Wave, which is huge for me being Scarf. And here is what Spider told me after the game. He considers my one bad play in this matchup. I think I had a plenty asking me, like, I don't know about those Poltergeists, I'm going to be honest. And I think I let stuff get T-Waved. I think I was too passive with Hippowdon yawning stuff and not going for risky switches enough. And this trick, because now I don't outspeed Spectre anymore, and I'm in range of dying to it. And although I did think, like, the reason I tricked the Scarf here was because Spectre is now out of range of Shadow Ball, I believe, which, you know, so that it doesn't matter that way. And now I can free up my move select versus slower stuff like Wigglytuff and Ting Lu to try and get them out of the way faster. And it's also, I was hoping to trick something else than this, maybe like Wigglytuff, so it's lower Ting Lu, so they are scarfed and I get their item. Yeah, it was a couple of reasons like that, and trying to make something happen. You know, I can go Hippowdon again. I do it here. I think he Grass Knot predicts it. Yeah, gets the kill, and that does put me in a little predicament with with what I can do. Go Excadrill here. I fear that he can do something nasty to me if I give him a turn for free. But I have to try it either way. Goes for the Grass Knot, does a little bit of damage. I'm really happy to see that. He's going to die from Toxic anyway. So I Sword Stance here always because I want to try and do something. Problem is, I've been letting this Wigglytuff run wild with Wishes. So that's now at 94%. Coming in on Rocks, 88. And that's at like 100%. Like Spectre, outspeed and kill. Like that's okay. But Ting Lu? I mean, I'm a +2 Excadrill, but Ting Lu? Ting Lu's kind of him. So you see here, goes Ting Lu, forces me out of my options. That's what the game boils down to. I have to fish. I have to fish for a 30%. Barring, I get this 30%, I win the game, by the way. I get this 30% right here, I win the game. Has no switches left. EQ kills everything. +2 EQ kills that. +2 EQ kills that. So I did what I could in this position. I fished for a play. I don't feel like swapping out when my Excadrill is +2, when I'm in position to try and do something. Like, I get this doesn't kill, but like, this doesn't outspeed Spectre. This does not beat Ting Lu or Spectre 1v1. Or maybe Spectre doesn't beat Wigglytuff 1v1, so it's a little bit like maybe with Toxic, but then I have to Roost Stall. I only have so much PP. Ting Lu has Ruination. This Wigglytuff has Wish. It's going to be a hard battle, so instead of doing all of that, I just said, okay, I'm willing to let this game boil down to a 30% chance. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Take a Rocky Helmet and Life Orb, because I am Life Orb, and EQ crits me. Does not matter. Don't get fooled. Does not matter at all. But the main part is I didn't get the flinch, which at that point, it is what it is. At this point, I go Mandibuzz, and we try and get a Toxic off. We miss, which is horrible. He misses a Ruination in return, which is pretty much okay. But it pretty much boils down to the fact that Mandibuzz cannot be, like, Mandibuzz is at low HP, like, no matter what. Because he's just going to spam Ruination. And Spectre takes care of the rest. Pretty much. GG's to Spider. Very well played. I am sorry you guys had to see those Poltergeists, man. But I'll show you the good, bad, and the ugly. I'm going to be real. The mental wasn't completely there after having to play a Wi-Fi League and being on Showdown. The John's out of the way. I did not play my best this game, and it happens. We all have those games. I'm happy that I got to show you my entrance in WPF. Like, that got to be my entrance game. I'm really happy about that. I really feel like I played well that game, and I can showcase my skill. But there's going to be games like this as well. That's just the reality of the situation. Like, no one can play perfect all the time. We have those days. We're going to try and bounce back. It's going to be an uphill road. I'm ready for it. I hope you're ready for it as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I hope you see you for week 7 and lots of other fun content we have here on the channel. We do LC draft spotlights. We do other draft league battles, games analysis, tournament recaps, other tournament games and thoughts on draft league community. Everything Pokemon Draft League we do here, and everything Soul Blaze related, of course. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been your boy Soul Blaze, and as always, I'll see you guys next time. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.